What's up everyone, it's Wyatt. If you know me, you know I started an AI agency at the age of 15 years old. Now today, October 25th, I am turning 17. To be super honest, I didn't make much money at the age of 15. I started making it all at 16. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the exact breakdown, live proof, like I'm literally just going to share my screen and show you guys the proof of how I've made, and maybe it's in the title, maybe you already know, I don't even know myself, we're going to calculate it live, but how I've made X amount of money at the age of 16 years old selling AI to local businesses. So that's how I did it. I went in, I tried to go high level SaaS, I did SMMA, I fell down like the whole Iman Gadzhi video stuff, and he really introduced me to the idea of online business and getting into the agency game. Started my agency, didn't work out. One thing after another, I landed into AI, and it wasn't by any of these AI gurus. I think a lot of these AI gurus are truthfully scammers, and they teach horrible practices that just shouldn't be done. But I started my own form of an AI agency where I not only provided AI services, but I also provided other services with it as a package. So I would give them an AI caller, so it'd be like an AI calling appointment setter that literally sounds human on the phone, that would call leads and set them into appointments. But not only would I do that, but I would actually get those leads. I would help them run the ads, so then they'd have leads for the AI to call. Then once they got those appointments, I would help them close those deals. I gave them the full infrastructure. So it was a very simple platform, and I sold it in large packages, $10,000 plus in most cases. So that said, in this video, I want to show you guys the proof. So we'll jump straight in to the actual live proof of me walking you guys through the Stripe accounts, through the WAP accounts, all that stuff, and show you guys exactly how I did it. So number one, this Stripe account, I'm going to refresh it a few times. As you can see, it's right above me, tacticalconsulting.io. Once it loads, it's going to show tacticalconsulting.io on the Stripe dashboard as well. I'll just wait for it load. Boom. Tacticalconsulting.io right there. This one, it does have a pause, so it got a 20% pause. As you can see, it's a negative balance. We had a $7,000 dispute, and it took some of the money that was waiting to be paid out and put it towards the dispute, but we do have like a $7,000 dispute, and once that dispute happened, it actually really messed up the account. It gave it a 20% pause, so we had to move to a new school account, or a new Stripe account. So I'm going to show you guys that Stripe account in a second, but first we're going to cover this one. So as you can see, I turned 16 on October 25th of 2013, and we have a total of $496,000 processed through this account, and I did not start using this account until November of last year. So this was when I was already 16. Nothing here was when I was 15. I probably made less than like 10 grand when I was 15, but it was still a few $1,000s. So that said, right here, all time, you can see November I made my first $1,000 on this account. December I made $17,000 on this account. Then in January, I made $33,000 on this account. In February, I made $51,000 on this account. In March, I made $80,000 on this account. In April, I did $45,000 on this account. Then I did $109,000 in May. It was an amazing month for me at the time. Then you can see when we slowly stopped using this account because of that hold. It really trashed us up. You can see I had $63,000 in June. That was just a bad month. July we did 52. Once again, that was another bad month. And I think it boiled down to it being summertime. I don't want to cope and say, oh, it was just summer. But we have since had a lot better numbers. And I pay some huge consultants. Some of the people I pay have worked directly with Iman Gadzhi and other huge figures like that. And they say even people like him, his revenue dips like crazy during summer because it is a hard season when it comes to high ticket if you're not doing these big offers or the big live webinars or anything like that, and I'll get to that in a second. Then we did $41,000 in August, so this is when we started switching over to a WAP or that other Stripe account. I forgot which one, but we'll show you guys both of it for proof, and this is when we stopped kind of using that account, and we did 0 in September and then 0 in October. So all this money, pretty much from November all the way up until August, we made almost very shy of $500,000 on this account. Now, that said, we had to switch to a new account. So that is this account, I believe. If I am correct, I think we just did like a $1,000 payment for it yesterday. Yep. So boom, on this account, we started using it not too long ago. We used it a little bit, I processed a little bit of money, $800. This is just like an account that was sitting around, and when we got the hold, I was like, okay, let's just switch to this account. So we ended up switching to it in August, and we processed another $41,000 for this account. Then last month we processed $43,000, and this month we've only processed $13,000 because we've used WAP as our primary processor, which is the next thing I'll get into. So once again, we have done about $100,000 on this account. So that puts us probably in the 5-6 range, somewhere around there. So that much money, once again, at the age of 16, guys, I have the beard. I know you got, oh, this dude's not 16. He's got a beard. I had this beard when I was 15 and a half. You can go on my YouTube channel, go back a year, go to like my first upload a year ago, and I look like this absolute little kid. If you remove the beard, guys, I look like a 14-year-old. I mean, I have to have it, or people don't take me seriously. So that said, that's how much we have made on this account. Now, what we've been using most recently is WAP. We use WAP. WAP's a great platform. It's a hell of a lot better than Stripe. I hate Stripe. It's just very hard to use. They always want to block payments. Like, they think it's too risky for us to take payments from somebody, but it's like, if this guy's trying to pay us, why not just take it, So it sucks, and it also has pretty long payouts. So we moved to WAP because WAP's a hell of a lot better. So this is very new. We moved to WAP, I think, very end of August, going into September, and we've used it in October as well. And this so far is how much we've made here, $72,000. You can see down here like all of the payments and stuff for proof. Very easy stuff. We have like $800 in transit right now as well. Now, that said, that is how much I've made selling directly to AI businesses and selling AI to businesses, like local businesses and all that jazz. But that said, guys, I'm a BS course seller, so I gotta sell my course. So I'm gonna show you guys how much money I've made off the course too. So I have it's not free. I have a free course. I'll plug it at the end if you guys want to go join that. But I have something called the AI Agency Launchpad. It's just where I help people launch your own AI agency and make all the money I've made at the age of 16. And I share all my secrets inside of here. But I want to show you guys how much money I've made with this. Inside of here, I have made, let's see, not too crazy of an amount. I think it's 700, 11,000, 1,000, 1,500, 1,500, 3,000, 2,000. It's kind of not as easy as Stripe. We have $1,000 in the balance, and I've already calculated it on the side there, guys. So we'll see what that amount is. But it's about 30 grand, I believe. If I am correct, this is 30 grand. You guys can stop and you guys can pause if you don't believe me. We launched this back in August, so I launched this course back in August. And it did very well out the gate, and it still does very well to this day. Just as a little side thing, it's like my fun money. I can go spend the course money on cool stuff while I keep the real money from the real business that I run full time for scaling it, and making more and more and more money. Now, guys, I've made a lot of financial wins. We can go back to the $100,000, or if we go back to the other account here, let's just go back so it looks sexy while I show you guys. If we go back to this other account, we've got 500,000 inside of here, just shy. But that's not the only cool thing I've done, guys. I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've been able to get this set up, guys. I started this AI company. I started my AI agency on a $180 Chrome laptop from Best Buy. I remember at 15 years old walking in to Best Buy and buying this thing for $180. Now, here's my thing to you guys. If you're watching this video, I would almost guarantee you are using an Apple product or something better than a $180 Chromebook. If you have anything better than a $180 Chromebook that you're watching this video on right now, you are at a competitive advantage I did not have. And that really shows why things like this are so possible for anybody. Anybody coming from any background can build a recession-proof AI business. I mean, I've built this business during the Kamala presidency where the economy has been absolutely tanked. And it's not like it was back in 2016 to 2020 where you saw these people, or even in the early stages of like a Biden presidency where where the economy wasn't horrible then, 21, 22, bounce back from COVID. These stages, you saw these people make hundreds of thousands of dollars so easy because people just had money to spend. I've done this in the worst economy that we've ever had in the United States of America, and I've done it off of a $180 laptop. And if you have an Apple laptop like what I'm using right now, because of course I've upgraded because I'm making money now, you are at a competitive advantage I did not have. And that said, guys, it's not just money. I've done other cool stuff too. I have bought an Aston Martin at the age of 16. I know that sounds crazy. It's not one of those trash ones that are 2008. I'll get my editor, kind of put up a photo of it, and to show you guys that it's not just like some car I took a photo next to. Here goes the key, Aston Martin key. It's probably not going to focus, but Aston Martin key, and if that isn't enough proof, here's the backup key, so it's just the black one, same exact thing as this one. Aston Martin keys, that is my Aston Martin, it's green. I'll actually show you guys the photo. So I was originally supposed to drive a green vehicle. It was my granddad's old car before he passed away, or his old truck. And I'll show you guys the truck. We'll pull up a photo. That's what I wasn't meant to drive. There's a version of Wyatt that still to this day is driving that truck. But then there's a version of Wyatt who worked his ass off, who went out, found trends, started leveraging them, and made a fuck ton of money, and now drives a different green vehicle, which is that Aston Martin that I just pulled up. Now, not only that, but I have two vehicles, so I also have a Ford F-150 Platinum. The key doesn't look very special. It looks like any other normal Ford key, but I'll throw up the image. It's a very nice vehicle, 2018 Platinum. The Aston Martin's a 2022. Aston Martin, I paid $190,000 for that. For the Ford, I got that for $40,000. So not only have I made a lot of money, but I've also been able to do cool stuff. The Ford is completely financed, just to be super straight up. But that said, I was trying to build up my credit. And actually, no, I don't even know if it's building up mine. It might be building up my parents or something, the way we set up. Hopefully it is. I hope it is. So that said, that's how much money I've made. And that brings me to the grand total, where it's not only, hey, I get to go make money, but I also buy cool stuff, you know. I have made a total of $71,000. Oh, okay, I forgot the school course. I'm a BS course seller, guys. You guys can cry about it. I'll go send hate comments, and I'll go cry in my $190,000 Aston Martin. But school course, I've made $31,996 off of my course. I've made $72,000 in that WAP payment processor. On the first Stripe account, I made $496,000. On the second Stripe account, I made $100,700. I've made about $6,000 for bank transfers and $3,000 for a crypto payment. That was actually very recent. Source for these two, the bank transfer and the crypto payment. Source, just trust me, bro. If I have a screenshot, maybe I'll get the editor, throw it up. But if you don't want to trust me, you can just deduct $9,000 from this total. And that brings us to the total. At the age of 16, I have made $710,000 and $777. That is how much I've made. $710,000 at the age of 16 years old. And a lot of people ask me how. A lot of people are like, why? How did you do this? You know, it's crazy. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But first I want to talk about, guys, what am I doing next? What's the next big move for Wyatt? I've got my dream car. I've got my dream truck. Don't have a house yet. Want to get a house. 17. I can't yet. I'm going to buy my dream house very soon. Probably when I'm 19, maybe 20. But number one thing I want to do is buy other houses. I want to start buying some rental property. So before, my next big goal for the age of 17 is before I turn 18, I want to do two things. Number one is I want to buy 2 rental properties. I want to buy 2 properties. I'm probably going to mess up. I'm probably going to lose my return on investment, but I just want to get my foot in. Even if I lose money, even if it's a bad idea, just to get in and start working in that industry. You know, AI is very digital. This is literally physical land. They're polar opposite things, real estate and AI. So my goal is I want to diversify. I want to be in 2 completely different vehicles. So if one sinks, then I have the other one to continue moving. So that said, that is the number one thing that I'm going to be doing, is buying 2 real estate properties that I can rent out. Now, the second thing that I want to do is I want to scale up to the point where I'm making $600,000 from the AI agency every single month before I turn 18 as well. So that's the next big goal. I want to make $600,000 before I turn 18 years old. $600,000 per month, every single month with the AI agency. So that is the 2 big goals that I have for 18. Now, that said, with those 2 big goals, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to hitting those. But I have an even bigger goal. This is the number one thing. I want to launch my first software company. So I'll go ahead and have the editor pull it up on the screen. It is Atlantify.ai. You can type it in right now. Atlantify.ai. Pull it up. That is what we're doing. I am launching my very own payment processor. You guys saw I have to use three different payment processors, two Stripes accounts, a WAP account, all this stuff. It's been my biggest issue. You know, a lot of people, it's very hard for younger people to process payments because people think like these payment processors, when they see like a 16-year-old making all this money, think it's a scam. You know, they can't trust it. And I don't blame them. It looks bad. It looks like it could be a scam. In reality, it's not. And I want to build a payment processor built for agencies, built for high-ticket businesses, built for people charging these huge $10,000 AI packages just like I do, but give it to everybody. And have my own processor that charges less than Stripe, but gives you way more features. So that's what I'm going to be building with my dev team, is the first ever payment processor for high-ticket businesses like AI agencies or build and release agencies, but built by these high-ticket businesses. So that is my next big venture that I plan on doing. But that said, guys, this was the 16-year-old recap. I am now 17 years old. It is my birthday today, October 25th. So at 16, I have made $710,000. Now, if you want to learn how I did this, how I actually scaled my AI agency, you don't have to buy from me. I have the paid course, but guess what else I've got? I've got a free one too. So this one, we have 9,000 members inside of here. I'm constantly dropping value. I have a full course, an entire, and this is free. This is 100% free. I don't even want your information to get access to this. You can learn how to build an offer, how to acquire the clients, how to sell to these people on sales calls, and even case studies of partners and people I know who are in here absolutely killing it with AI agencies. You can study how they did it themselves. And this isn't like some BS course because it's free. This is literally everything you need to know to scale super fast. So it's called the AI Agency University. It's going to be the top link in the description. You guys can click on it. You can join for 100% free today, and you can get loads of value, engage in the community, and I even do a free weekly call every single Sunday at 12 p.m. EST so you guys can show up to that. That said, guys, this is what I've done at 16 years old. I've made $710,000. What I want to do at 18 is buy 2 rental properties, make $600,000 every single month, and then finally start building my software company and hopefully launch it by the end of 2025. Now, that said, guys, I was short of my goal. So my goal going into my 16th year of my life was to make $750,000, just shy of $1 million. Now, unfortunately, like you just saw, we only made $710,000. And this isn't me coping, but I really do feel like we could have pushed that $750,000 and possibly even beyond. Now, something I see a lot of people in the industry do, even people who I've paid thousands of dollars to for consulting, they do these big pushes, these big events, maybe sometimes webinars, maybe live events, however they want to frame them. And they build these businesses that rely on events, that rely on the occasional $200,000, $300,000 week, but can't operate barely without those, without that cash reserve from those weeks. And in my opinion, that is the exact definition of a digital slave. It is the most unleveraged thing you can do when your entire business relies on you or someone else that you have to pay to build this live webinar and do all this stuff and do all the marketing for it. I just hate the concept and I hate the idea of that. And it's an easy way to get quick cash. It's an easy way to liquidate fast, but the easy way isn't always the best way. What I'm trying to do, and what I've been paying a lot of top tier people in the top companies in this entire space for, is to build a killer sales team. And I'm super glad to say that it is starting to crank. We've made some crucial hires, we've made some amazing people, and I've met amazing people who've helped me along this way. And although we didn't hit 750 this month, with our current pace, we will hit $1 million before the end of 2024. Which is very exciting. And it's because I didn't do these one-off pushes. It's because I didn't get distracted by quick cash liquidating people with live events and webinars. It's because I built a sales team. I learned how to run a sales team. I learned how to manage people. I learned how to build SOPs. I went through all the trials and tribulations. I did the hard thing. I did the thing that people don't want to do. I did the thing that was harder than running some ads to a live event. I built a huge team of amazing salespeople who are ready to crank and are actively cranking as we speak, because that is leverage. When you can wake up every single day and make $200,000 a week because you have an incredible team, an incredible sales team that's constantly making sales, and sales doesn't rely on you making these big funnel breakdowns.